Welcome, good people of the internet. Today I shall begin the marketing for my book, and I'm not really good with speaking, so if there's any off, and also it's not I haven't officially edited it. But anyways, yeah, here goes. Aaron Long, who looked to be a man in his 30s, has an athletic build, orange irises, stands at 6.1 feet tall, and wearing blood red armor. Dominic Capital, the holy god of bigotry and war, who has the same traits, but he has gold irises and stands at 5.9 feet tall, and wearing a white robe with gold trims. They fought in immortal combat over the white and gold city. Dominic uses immortal powers to eliminate his foes, but Aaron had the power of dark blood on his side to distract Dominic from his doom. They clashed their swords against each other, creating shockwaves that could shatter glass down to atoms. Aaron got the upper hand and stabbed Dominic into his stomach, and then proceeded to punch him into his face until it is no longer in his neck. But Dominic used a golden plasma ray from the palm of his hand, which stopped Aaron for a bit, but then he did the same, and it became a beam battle. But Aaron managed to get I didn't. But Aaron managed to get a upper. But Aaron managed to get up closer, then punch Dominic in his crotch, which stopped the fight. Then the blinding blood red light grew brighter. Accept your fate, Dominic. It's over. There's nothing we can do to stop it. You will fail, just like your predecessors, said Aaron. I am God. You can't stop me, said Dominic. Wow, I didn't know, said Aaron. Aaron took his sword back from Dominic's body, and then he saw the mortal humans being mutilated, I believe the word is, by his actions. What have I done? Aaron asked himself. This is said Dominic. Aaron then threw his sword, pinning Dominic to the down. Aaron then threw his sword, pinning Dominic down through his heart. Aaron then just stood looking at the light and said, "Today, your holy empire falls, and I hope to see you in hell," said Aaron. Then he flew into the light, hoping it will end him. Angels came to Dominic's service. "Lord Dominic, are you okay?" asked one of the angels. "Do I look okay?" Dominic replied. The light then sent out a wave in all directions that shut down the angels' brains, turned mortals into ashes, and desummoned Aaron's sword, which gave Dominic a chance to escape. But the light now was fully charged, exploded and destroyed the universe and created a new who with a roar. Meanwhile, Aaron's unconscious body floated through the void with his armor desummoned and turned back into his spandex-like pants and a black robe with red trims. He awakened to the new center of the universe. Chapter 1. Billion years later, on a mysterious planet called Helantu, where the creatures from Earth live, and with its own creatures, but dark blood flows through their veins, and one of them called primes. A upright standing humanoid creature that has a brown coloured scales, claws that are used for climbing or as weapons, a tail that helps with swimming, I read it as a swim, or hang from branches, lizard slash reptile like head, and have sharp teeth. And because of their head shape, the primes eat like fruits like apples with their plant eating teeth at the back of their mouths. And strong jaw muscles prevent injury, which also leads them to have a bite force of 400 kilograms, and have the same muscle above their eyes, which gives them the ability to show expressions like humans. They have lips like a Tyrannosaurus, and Australian indigenous-like accents, and share traits with humans, like a female, aka a primus named Amara, a 20-year-old dressed in a blue one-shoulder crop and shorts, a protective brace on her arm, purple irises, and stands at 5.8 feet tall. The sun rose over the rainforest. Mara sitting on the edge of the old and ruined Sydney Bridge, eating an apple for her breakfast, and watching the sun rise. But she had to go to her job. But she had to go for her job as a goldfish finder. She headed back to her hideout, a vent space that's wide enough to have a home on the first floor to collect her bow and arrows that she stole and her handmade cloak. Just one of the 10 stories shopping mall of the remaining prehistoric city, which with craters that look like footprints, and where the primes of the Tyran Kingdom have made it their home. Every store has been made into homes holding multiple families. Before she brought back some goldfish, a food that royals and priests loved to eat for religious reasons. She had to go to a tree outside of the city to relit 2 candles for 2 people who looked after her, and sat on her knees for 30 minutes. She headed down to the water edge of the opera house. She stands at the edge. She looked down at the water, took a deep breath, then dived into to find the fallen gods. Fallen gods are beings called immortals that look human, but their blood and flesh is a gold color. But their skin is pale, and there have been stories of them walking. But most of them are underwater, paralyzed, and some have coral plants growing out of them. Especially coral at Amara's grave site, secret grave site. One of the 4 god is twitching, but it's stuck in the coral except for its left arm. So Amara ripped that left arm off. The fallen god stopped twitching. Amara resurfaced from the water and headed back with the arm, also to catch her breath, and to enjoy the view of the sun in the sky. And I realize I did that bit twice. Oh dear God. Until she heard a faint male voice say, "Ah!" She recognized it as Daria, who stands at 5.5 feet tall, and the next in line for the throne for the Tyran Kingdom. Mara climbed in the canopy of the trees and jumped from branch to branch until she saw Daria and his brother trying to cross the river with getting his royal clothing wet. She sat on the branch and called out, Hey, Daria! He looked up and called back, Get down here, peasant! Ah! No, thanks, I'm good, she replied. I'll... You'll be my... And you... Daria yelled back again, but Mara interrupted him and said, wait, I think I may have missed something. Oh, Daria who tried to yell back against Amara. And, see what I mean about being a horrible speaker? Let me see what I was trying to go up to. Let me start. Get down here! Get down here, peasant! Ah, no thanks, I'm good, she replied. Oh! Daria yelled back again, but Mara interrupted him and said, Make you mine, yeah, no, you're boring. And she continued jumping across the trees all the way back to the mall. Amara headed to the temple on the 10th floor. Hello, she called out to the high priest Ominor. Yes, behind the locked main entrance. So she left/threw the arm at the door. High priest Ominor, who stands at 5.5 feet tall, opened the doors with blood on his hands. Hello, Amara. I see you brought a disappointing amount this week, said the high priest Ominor. What? But I brought back the usual amount, said Amara. Well, yes, but you have been only bringing back arms and legs. Wouldn't you get a body? He replied. A body? But no buts. You have until the end of the day. She walked down the level, but she felt alone, like nobody cared about her. She felt like she needed a friend. But then she saw a family celebrating their youngest child's day of birth. Then heard a crack of a whip. Ah! Yelled Lamar. Get out of here, her Primus, yelled Utone. So Amara ran for it. Amara headed back to the docks. Oh no. The opera house. She took in a deep breath, but then she saw a red star in the morning sky. The immortal flew into the jungle behind her. Amara only to find another of his... Wait. The immortal flew into the jungle behind Amara, only to find another of his kind, but dead. The immortal saddened not at the fact that the other immortal was dead, more at the fact that it looked to be killed for sport. Amara investigated where the immortal landed, but it helped her to find another fallen god. So she grabbed an arrow and shot it as far as the bow allowed, which worked. The sound of the flying through the air molecules. Oh no! What have I written? And I can't understand it. So the immortal walked to the arrow and investigated. So Amara carefully / tried to get the body out of the ground with little success. The immortal found the arrow, which interested the being in thinking he finally found intelligent life. He turned around to see Amara digging up the ground around the fallen god. Hello there, said the immortal with his deep voice. Amara frozen in fear. The immortal saw she wanted the body, but before he could say another word, she ran off as fast as she could. She ran all the way back to the mall with some breaks on the way. ran to the main entrance to the mall, but she's scared of failing because she'll either be killed or become Darius. She took a step, but she stepped on the fallen god. She shrieked. She freaked out, but saw it's the same one stuck in the ground. Her concerns were somewhat ignored for now. She headed back to the. She headed back to find the mortal. And there we go. Oh, wait, that's the end of that chapter. Okay, bye bye. See you next for the next part 2. Blah blah blah.